Yes, yes, yes. Good morning, sweet world. And welcome to the weekend shift. Saturday morning here in the A. I'm Skeets with the No Dunks crew. You won't believe this. The lawn guys just showed up. I saw their truck pull up like 2 minutes ago and I couldn't believe it. I started laughing to myself. So you're going to hear some lawnmowers, some leaf blowers, I'm sure in the background. I would apologize, but really, is it a no dunk show if there's not a leaf blower going full tilt? I couldn't believe it. I was like, I think if I get this in early here, we'll be good. 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Not these guys. These guys are here at the crack of dawn. But you never know. Sometimes it's 8:30. Sometimes you don't see them till 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But anyway, who cares? Welcome to the weekend shift. Thanks to everybody joining me here in the stream team. We've been doing this for the last couple of weekends, jumping on, generally Saturday and Sundays to recap what happened the night before, the big news. And we got some big news with Joel Embiid's unfortunate eye injury, and he's going to miss some time in that Heat series. We'll get to that in a second. If you're new here, though, like the video, make sure you subscribe to No Dunks on YouTube, and go get yourself some No Dunks merch as well. Also, I don't know why I have this up telling you that my name or my Twitter handle is at @JESkeets. So let's get rid of that. I think that was from the Top Shot Hot Boys last week. But how's everybody doing this morning? Let me know in the comments. Again, hit that like button and leave your comments there in the stream team. Yeah, it's not, whoops. Always be leaf blowing. Sure. Didn't mean to click that one, but I like it. Top Shot Tesla. Tesla, excuse me. Ooh, that's nice how you put the top shot right into the Tesla. You have lawn guys? When you live in Atlanta, you got lawn guys for sure. I don't even have that big a yard. In fact, every time they show up, I'm like, I could do this. I just don't want to go buy a lawnmower. It's gotten to that point. But anyway, they're here. They're great. I love them. They're fantastic, and they do good and quick work. But, of course, they make some noise there on a Saturday morning. They come every 2 weeks. It's fine. Let's get in, though, to the game from last night. Then I wanted to recap all of my predictions from the first round, and you guys can make fun of some of the predictions I had and, maybe golf clap for the ones I got correct. And then we'll talk about the Embiid injury and the impact that's going to have on that Sixers Heat series. But the Grizzlies do it again, rallying past the Wolves 114-106, and they are through to the second round, winning the series in 6 games. Look, I don't know if you saw my Twitter account last night. I'm watching this one, and I tweeted, wow, the Wolves really want to hear the Zaza drop. I thought we were going to Game 7, baby, but nothing easy. In the end, Zaza also told us that because, oh my God, the Grizzlies rally again from double-digit down heading into the fourth quarter and pull out the victory. And, it's becoming late on Friday night, pretty tired after a long week. And I thought, I really did. I was like, I think the Wolves got this one. I think we're going to Game 7. We're going to get one Game 7 in the first round. And it would be going down on Sunday after the Celtics-Bucks get started. But man, Dylan Brooks thought differently. Desmond Bane thought differently. The offensive rebounding from Clark, they thought differently. John Morant still having an impact despite having a really bad game, sort of shooting the ball. And, I think the Wolves also helped them out a little bit. There's a lot of talk about their late game struggles. I know even Finch was saying we showed it in our shot selection in the fourth, and it's baked into our DNA right now. This is what he said, Finch, about his team and sort of their shots that they were taking in the fourth. We got to learn from this. We're not just going to all be able to save the day. He's getting at the idea of move the ball, get better shots, stop trying to hit that home run 3. And they took a couple, but I rewatched it this morning, down the stretch. And here's the shots that the Wolves took. Again, generally in a 1 to 4 point game, most of the time here. About 3.5 minutes to go. Cat took a contested jumper from the wing. And it's a 1 point game. It was a bad shot. He wasn't open. It was pretty early in the shot clock. You can get a better look than that. Okay, that's a rough one. So, okay, bad one. Then the next time down, and I'm just focusing right now on the Wolves' offensive possessions, Anthony Edwards spun into the lane, and then he airballed a jump hook, and it was a great shot. Got in there, There was separation, and he just T-Rexed it. I mean, he left it so short. But I thought it was a great look. I mean, this is a guy who's averaging, 25 points per game in the series, despite not even being 21. I mean, you're not going to ask for a much better look. He just, I don't know. He just left it way too short. So nothing wrong with that one. Down 4, about 2:15 to go. Karl Anthony Towns, again, another one. He jacked and missed a deep 3. No one is in there to rebound. It's pretty early. And that one, more than any of these I'm going through, I was like, whoa, come on, Cat. I get it. You're down 4. You want that big 3-pointer, make it a 1-possession game, but there's still so much time left. And he wasn't even that open, if I remember correctly. Jaren Jackson Jr. was like on him and just sort of put his hand up, and it was deep. It was deep. So that was a rough one. Still down 4. About 1:35 to go. This one was great. Cat gets around the free throw line. They operate through him, and he kicks it out to McDaniels, who had an incredible game. I mean, his best game of his career, who hit the 3. So good one. Get it to your star guy. Get your shooters out there, space out a little bit, and that resulted in a 3-pointer. So it's a 1-point game then. But of course, the Grizzlies kept scoring. So the Wolves, I mean, everybody's talking, and like myself included, of course, about their shot selection down the stretch. They couldn't get stops. They were scoring at times here, because then down 4 again, about a minute left. Anthony Edwards drives. There's some ball movement. He kicks to McLaughlin, who drives for the layup. Really nice play. I thought it was a great catch by Jordan, and then he got inside and finished. So again, they scored, but they can't stop anybody because they're down 4 again, 35 seconds left. Ant brings it up. He kicks it to Beverly in the corner. He does like a step back. Now, at this point, you're almost like, we got to hit a 3. So this one you can't even be that upset about. Bev misses it, and that's basically the game. But so I guess the whole point of that, here we are. Are we still good? Okay, I think I'm back. That was weird. I literally just got kicked out of the yard here. But let me know in the stream team if I am back on screen. I see a lot of question marks, like what the heck's going on? But let me know if I'm now back. And I'll try to maybe check the actual YouTube. That's a first. That's a first in the yard. We'll have to restart this otherwise. But let's see what's going on. Okay, we're back. We're back. Everybody says we're back. Okay. Really, really weird. I don't even know where I cut out. But I was saying all the focus on the offensive struggles down the stretch from the Wolves. But the truth is they just could not get stops. And even if they got stops, they couldn't get the damn ball, because the kill shot was Tyus Jones missing a pair of 3-pointers from the wing on the same possession. He missed 2 3-pointers, and both times the Grizzlies got the board. And the second one resulted in John Morant with a really beautiful layup in traffic. And that gave them the 4-point lead. And then the stones on Jones to shoot another 3. Now, he didn't have much, say in the matter, because I think the shot clock was like literally ticking down to 0. But he took another one with like a minute to go off of John Morant and splashed it. I was like, wow, good for you. I mean, you had just missed 2. He had missed other ones in this series late. And Tyus Stones. People are liking that, are you? Okay. Brandon Clark, another great game. 17 points and 11 boards. That one, again, off one of those Tyus Jones missed 3s, huge. The first one, he's falling to the ground, grabs it. Like, what a rebound. What a game. They don't maybe even win this series if this guy doesn't go up to the next level and really contribute. And then Desmond Bane and Dylan Brooks, they both played well on the same night, which doesn't happen a whole lot for the Grizzlies team, each scoring 23 points before Brooks fouling out. Wow, can you hear the leaf blower right now? I mean, we're having one hell of a shit show here with this weekend shift, aren't we? Oh, my God. StreamYard's kicking me out of my own stream. The guys are doing work right outside this window here. I mean, it's loud to me. I don't know if it's loud to you guys, but anyway, we'll power through here. So the Wolves, who's the scapegoat? I saw people saying, ooh, Cat, rough. Yeah, again, I went through it there, unless you couldn't hear me. And I was talking to nobody for 5 minutes. But, he took some questionable shots late, no doubt. And there was some settling. I get that. But your point guard that gets paid a lot of money, D'Angelo Russell, that was rough. He had a rough series. I mean, 12 points on 33% shooting. And I thought, Finch was even right to sort of go away from him and stick with McLaughlin, what he was doing, what he was bringing to the team, and the pace that he was playing with. But man, what do they do with D'Lo here? He's like they're in so many of these games. They always have leads in a lot of these games. They just can't hold on. And he just couldn't shoot. And it was so weird. He played so well in the regular season against this team, averaging 30. And then here, averaging 12. I mean, what a drop-off. Anthony Edwards, though, fans are happy about that. If you're Minnesota, so good. 25 points per game, 40% shooting from three on nearly 10 attempts. Definitely not afraid of the moment. Man, I'm sure he wishes he had that little short arm jump hook like I talked about in the lane back. Because again, he really he created that shot, and he can probably hit in that 8 or 9 times out of 10. It feels like with the separation that he got. But I saw some blowback on Twitter about where do the Wolves go from here? This is them peaking, and I really just don't understand this talk. On one hand, I get it. You look at the Western Conference teams and what you'll be expecting next year, and who's in the mix and all that. But I don't see this team falling off. Why isn't Anthony Edwards going to get better? Why isn't it possible McDaniels get better? I understand people's concern about Cat as a go-to guy down the stretch. Sure. I see that. There's always concern with a big guy like that for that. We need to give you the ball and make something happen. And he's at times he made some questionable decisions, I guess is the best way to put it. But I don't see that this is the they've reached the peak by any means at all. And I really like Finch as a coach. He's coming from the Raptors organization, of course, and the development with some of their guys. So I think I'm still high on this team getting better. And this was a great, great start for them to just get in here, have a 6-game series against a good team. This is a number 2 team in the Western Conference. They made them look. I think a lot of, if you went back and added it all up, did the Wolves outplay them for a massive chunk of this series? They blew 3 games where they had double-digit leads. So if it starts to become Anthony Edwards growing into the lead guy, especially down in the final 5 minutes of close games, and then Cat's the perfect complementary sort of second guy, then there's something there. And I think they found some other pieces too on this roster here. So the Russell thing is the big part. It's where does this guy fit? He doesn't appear to be obviously a max salary type guy. We still think of him at times, and he shows it at times as an all-star, fringe all-star, whatever you want to call him. And other times in the series, he was non-existent. It was bad. It was bad, and they nearly still win this. So they got to figure out how to close games, because they got no problem, the Wolves, getting up, playing hard, playing well for 40 to 44 minutes, and then things tend to fall apart down the stretch. But if they just get a rebound here in this game, I think we do have a Game 7, baby. But credit to the Grizzlies for never giving up and taking it in 6. And now we're set up for Warriors Grizzlies Game 1 on Sunday. Did this surprise anybody else? I thought we were going to have 1 or maybe 2 if this went to Game 7 this series, basketball games this weekend. Celtics Bucks, 1 o'clock on Sunday. And then I thought in my head, I don't know why, that if there's no Game 7, then there was just a 1 game. But Grizzlies got to turn around right now and then host Golden State. I also keep forgetting that. Grizzlies, the higher seed than the Warriors. So that one is following the Celtics Bucks. We really should have got these out. We're still waiting on production. But have you guys seen these? I think I tweeted these. Hopefully I'm still on camera. Pretty sick. The old Vancouver Grizzlies no dunks throwback there. Those will be available. It's a little alpha for you. We have Nuggets ones as well, but whoops. It's all right. We'll still drop them. I'm sure people will still be interested in rocking these for the summer. I had my buddy Brody asking about tank tops. Why don't you guys have tank tops in the no dunk store? Said, easy, big guy. You want to show the guns. Let me talk to Breaking Tea. Maybe we can get some of these designs on tank tops. So that wraps up the first round of the playoffs. No game sevens, and it's chalk. Top 4 seeds going through both sides. Does anybody know the last time that happened? Let me know if you do, because I don't. And I didn't see it on Twitter. But I wanted to go over my first round predictions. I thought the easiest way to do this was to show you a tweet that I had, before the first round started. So here it is. Some hits and some misses. That happens. Suns in 5. I guess if you're grading this, what would you do? If you nail it perfectly, A+. If you get the team within 1 game, maybe a B. And then if you get it wrong, straight up wrong, I guess, an F. So Suns in 5. Let's give it a B. Took 6. All right. Grizzlies in 6. Nailed it. Give me that A+. Warriors in 6. Now, that was the one, remember, after 1 game of that series, I said, ooh, I would like to change that. Though I actually got it wrong, too. I said this is a sweep. Ends up going 5, so let's go B there. Mavs in 7. Feel great about this one. I think I was one of the only guys on the show to go with the Mavericks. We knew the Luka injury. Thought it would, of course, go 1 game longer, and maybe it should have if Bogey hits a 3-pointer there on the wing. But that one's a B because Mavs win in 6. Heat in 6. I guess I believed in the hometown Hawks a little bit more. They looked outclassed than that. Got the one where I was down at the Fortress, though, so that's a B. A lot of Bs here. Nets in 7. Ooh, that one's going to leave a mark, isn't it? Oh, what happens if they win game 1? What happens? That felt like an eternity ago. That was like 2 weeks ago. Maybe 3 weeks ago. I can't remember anymore. Anyway, got that one wrong. That's an F. Bucks in 5. Remind me what happened. I can't remember anymore. Obviously, they won. They're moving on. Yeah, I got that one right. That's an A+. Couldn't remember if it took 6 or 5 against the Bulls there. That's the series no one really cared about except Trey Kirby, unfortunately. And then Raptors in 7. Yep. I had to play the homer card and go Raps in 7, but got that one wrong. So a couple Fs, but I will say at least I had them in 7. At least I have that to fall back on. And then a couple perfects and a couple Bs. Probably what a majority of people, if we're being honest, sort of nailed. But let's get into the Joel Embiid injury. This is crazy. Out indefinitely. Orbital fracture. Basically an eye injury there on the face and a mild concussion. If you can't hear this now, then maybe this mic is just incredible. They are literally outside my door, cutting the grass right now. Or window, I should say. Back to Embiid, though. He picks this up. I'm sure most of you here joining me or watching know. Late in the game 6 in Toronto, they're up 29-30. He had just celebrated because he had scored. I love it. I love villain Embiid. I have no problem with it. He's dropping the airplane. Nice callback. He's feeling good. They're taking care of business. They're not going back to Philly for game 7. They're moving on. He's still in the game. Siakam comes back. He's still in the game. On the next possession, basically drives, elbow high, no doubt, and pops him. And I believe a defensive foul was called at first. They review it, change to an offensive foul. It's the right call. Elbow's too high. Now, I don't think Siakam at all is trying to purposely injure his friend in a game that he definitely knows he's losing. I think he's I'm just going to attack here. And he just got a little too loose with the chicken wing there, and it popped Embiid in the face. And at the time, I'm getting ready to turn away from that game, right? Because you got the Suns Pelicans coming down to the wire. It's a blowout. It's congrats to the Sixers. They're moving on. I and a lot of people thought nothing of it. It's ooh, ouch, damn. It's got hurt a little bit. Embiid grabbed at it, then of course went to the bench. But that's it. Embiid had hit many guys in the face before. If you watch a basketball game, guys get hit in the face all the time. It sucks. But a lot of times it's ugh, that's going to be a cut or that's going to hurt. And then you just move on to the next possession. But that's not what happens here. A day or two later, he's out. And this is crazy. I feel so bad. I legit feel bad for, of course, Embiid, for Sixers fans here who obviously had, you're gonna need him in a series against the Heat. So this sucks all around. I know Siakam apologized to Embiid for hitting him in the face. I know Eric Koreen of The Athletic was reporting that he felt awful about it and that there were no hard feelings. He said he wasn't doing it because of the airplane or anything like that. He's just like still obviously trying to power through the basket. I guess end the series, end their season with a little pride by scoring, and he just caught him. But now the blowback is mainly Philly fans, I guess. I mean, I had a bunch of people tweeting me to tell Toronto fans to stop being horrible and insufferable by cheering that Embiid got injured. It's like, I'm not doing that, and I'm not the fucking mayor of Jurassic Park, man. So I don't know what you want me to do. Like, there's a bunch of trolls and I guess people cheering for injuries that are Raptors fans. I'm sure they exist in Philadelphia land. I'm sure there's Grizzlies fans that there's bad fans, I guess, if you want to call them that, on every team. I'm not cheering for this. I know a lot of people that weren't, and it absolutely sucks. So that is what it is. I also saw people saying, why didn't you guys talk about this on the next day's show? Again, there was nothing really to talk about at the time. Like, we didn't know this. And the play was looked at, reviewed. Siakam wasn't tossed. It was changed to an offensive foul. So that part was weird to me too. And I had already moved on to the Pelicans-Suns game. So I'm not trying to defend the reasoning why we didn't talk about it. I guess I am. It's just like we didn't think anything of it. It's not like when these injuries happen, it's not like a sign immediately goes up that says mild concussion, orbital fracture of the face, out possibly weak. Like, that doesn't happen. It's just like, oh, damn. You hope he's okay. He sort of appeared to be, obviously left. I know he was doing press. There's photos, of course. He's like talking to the Philly guys, whatever broadcast out there on the floor. And then he didn't do media. And maybe that was like the red flag. It was like, oh, that's not, they just won the series. They're probably checking it out. Are you okay? Then they're doing the test. And then we get this unfortunate news. So that sucks. And people are going to bring up the KD injury. I was in the building for that. Okay. When KD goes down in the finals in Toronto, in game 5, right? Game 5. I think I have that correct. A majority of people were not cheering, again, him dropping. Well, yes, I guess they were. They were cheering KD turning the ball over and the Raptors going in transition. And then there are assholes who, in theory, are cheering for him still being down, limping off, but not a lot of people. So it's, again, in the heat of the moment, you're like, wow, we got the ball. Let's go the other way. This has been talked ad nauseum. So it's like why would I ever want to see any superstar? And I think this is a majority of people out of the league. I mean, even if it's like, oh, it's going to help our chances. Did it help the Raptors' chances? Of course it did. But no one was actively rooting for Kevin Durant to be injured. So there are dirtbags and there are losers that I'm sure are. But it's not the entire fan base. That's the weird part to me. And I see people on the stream team, fans in the game, were mocking Embiid doing the airplane, though. Absolutely. I just don't. But and I'll throw this up. Oops. This is my point. I guess, of course, in hindsight, you're going to say, well, now that looks shitty, and it does. But in the moment, a guy, a big dude, took an elbow, took a hit, and that's all it really was. And they reviewed it and all that. And then it didn't come to like blows. No one was fake punching. No one's it's just like that happened there. It was like, oh yeah, look at that. You're cheering against him. Obviously he's clowning you. Great. Again, I love it. I want all of that. And I know Jack Armstrong on the broadcast is catching some heat because he leaned into that too. Sort of like, that's what, you deserve it. I just think, I don't want to put words into Jack Armstrong's mouth. There were a lot of people that were maybe cheering, like doing the mock airplane. It's like they don't know in the moment that the guy's going to miss weeks here, possibly, and that he has a fractured face. I think that's the truth. And if they do and did immediately, I don't think the reaction is the same. And I don't think Jack's saying that. That's what I think. But I'm sure there are people that disagree. Maybe here in the stream team in the comments below. Let me know. But that's what I think happened here. And it sucks. I just want to get back to that. Embiid had this happen to him before. It was the other side of his face. He collided with Markelle Fultz back in 2018. It was near the end of the regular season. He missed a couple weeks. 2 weeks of the regular season, first couple games of the playoffs, he did come back, but 3 weeks in total. You're just hoping that this one is not going to require like the surgery that he got that time. And if it doesn't, maybe he misses a couple games and then can come back and there's a mask. I know he's played in the mask before. He hated it. So we'll see if he does come back and he has it, if he adapts to that a little bit better. But I guess I'm holding out hope that he does return versus the Miami Heat. But we'll see. I mean, what does this mean for their chances of winning? And what do the Sixers do? I guess it's John Hollinger's wet dream here. Paul Reed, time to shine, baby. He's going to get minutes there. I wonder if the Sixers lean into playing small against Miami and like Niang maybe seeing time at the 5 and really spread it out. He obviously can shoot. He's a 40% career three-point shooter. Niang is, so, and he hit timely threes, it felt like, in a lot of the games against the Raptors in that series. But like, you are going to see the usage percentage that Embiid just has on the Sixers. I mean, they are that everything, generally everything sort of runs through him. That's going to have to go now to Tobias Harris, to Maxey, who his scoring averages per 36 when Embiid was out. I mean, it skyrocketed. So that's good. And then Harden. Can Harden erase? I was wondering, like, so many playoff demons in like one magical series. Like, does he have it in him here? Like, this would, like, if you could, the narrative is there if Harden could do this. Let's say, unfortunately, Embiid is out and they're just like, we can't risk this. This guy's like an MVP. He's our franchise. Like, we're not bringing him back. Like, this is serious. He's already had this face fracture on the one side of his face. Can't do this again, all that. But if Harden could pull it off, just getting this team to the conference finals against a really good number 1 seeded Heat team, man, that would sure help the old James Harden playoff resume. And he looked great in Game 6 against the Raptors. Can he do it 4 times in a series against the Heat? I don't think a lot of people are going to be picking them. I had the Heat in 6 before the Embiid injury. And you know what? I'm sticking with it. I'm not changing it. I don't think this is going to be, quote unquote, easy, even if Embiid misses a couple games here. There's still talent on that Sixers team. There is a guy in Harden who we've seen before go to the next level, at least in the regular season, for a good chunk of the time. So I think it's still going to be somewhat of a series here. I don't think it's like I see people changing to like Heat sweep, Heat in 5. Again, this is under the assumption that Embiid misses a couple of games here. And Harden is in South Beach. That's his spinach. That's where he gets his power from. The nightclubs. Makes him stronger. It makes him better. But people dropping Heat in 4 in the stream team. Okay. So that's all the thoughts I got here. We went 30 minutes. Again, sorry for dropping there earlier. Sorry for maybe going off on a weird tangent about the whole, Siakam Embiid incident. I think, even as a Raptors fan, it absolutely sucks. And I think, or I'm hoping he comes back. I'd love to see the fight they could put up against the Miami Heat with him. And maybe he will. There are some reports that it's not as severe as it was in 2018. So that's good. If there's no surgery, then, again, the possibility of coming back is higher. After he clears the concussion protocol, of course, there is that. I mean, I don't want to gloss over that. That's really serious stuff as well. But if he clears that after whatever it is, 5 or 6 days, then maybe we see him in the series. Masked up, the masked man there. Again, didn't he have like the crazy black mask that I think they're not even allowed to wear anymore? We'll have to see. And of course, as I start to wrap up here, my lawn guys are now done and are moving on to their next house. The timing of this one, maybe I should have waited a little bit. It's all good. Guys, like the video, subscribe to No Dunks on YouTube if you haven't already. Who knows what we'll do with Sunday's games? We've got 2 games. We got Celtics Bucks, and now we have game 1 between the Warriors and Grizzlies. I didn't even talk about that one much. I guess I am leaning towards Warriors, but I think this is going to be a hell of a series. I think the Wolves were a really weird matchup for the Grizzlies and nearly obviously pulled it off and at least almost gave us a game 7, and maybe who knows what happens then. But I think this one's actually a little bit better for the Grizz, believe it or not. Though I'm still taking the Warriors, but I'm going Dubs in 7. I got Warriors winning in Memphis. That's what I'm going to go with my prediction. Can't wait for that series though. And we'll see again, that one's starting on Sunday, but maybe we'll be back on Sunday to wrap up some of those games. Maybe we'll just wait until Monday, get back in the Classic Factory with all of those guys. Thank you so much though for joining me here on a wild Saturday morning. I just can't believe they're done right now. I guess it's good that you guys are saying it's not crazy sounding on your end. It's so loud here. So that's good to hear. Thank you so much though, guys. And we will see you when we see you. Peace. You could stay